man, Bruce Waynne, is just going to share some words to just open up the evening. The reason why Bruce is going to share some words is because if you know his story of how he came from, where he came from, to be one of the most iconic producers in hip hop, it would change your life. And so he's a public speaker also, in addition to being a producer. If y'all want him to come talk at your engagements, he's the guy you want to get. So right now, I'm just going to hand the stage over to Bruce Waynne from Midi.
I thought I was coming to judge a rap battle. I didn't. Chris, man, he just put me on the spot. Good evening, everybody. I can't hear you. Good evening, everybody. Okay. My name is Bruce Waynne, and yes, the Dark Knight is real. I just want to tell you like a quick story, something really simple. First again, I want to say again, thanks Chris for having me come out and speak to all of you tonight, because since our first conversation, he was like, hey Bruce, man, I think you need to really share. I think you need to really talk to people. You need to really share your experiences. So today is actually the first time I'm ever speaking. It's also the first time I've actually met Chris in person. We've been communicating for over 1.5 years. Second of all, I couldn't say no to this audience, because you guys are actually the real superheroes, the real Bruce Waynes out there. So I just want to say, y'all just give a round of applause. I'm from East New York. I'm from East New York, Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? My family is Jamaican. Me a true rude boy, them saying. I'm the last of 9 kids. I have a twin brother. My father passed away when I was 10. And you know, we didn't have programs like what I'm hearing tonight. You know, what was so beautiful about what I'm also hearing is that all the youth in here, y'all should be way up right now, because we didn't have educators that looked like us, talked like us, dressed like us, wanted to be around us, tried to communicate with us, tweet with us, IG with us, Snap with us. We didn't have any of that. So all the youth in here, y'all should be way up right now, because you guys are really blessed. Y'all should give yourselves a round of applause. On top of all of that, you know, like I said, I didn't have these kind of initiatives. So what we did, I didn't make a lot of good decisions on the way up. You know, I made a lot of bad decisions. You know, some of my decisions actually got me incarcerated. And but that all changed when I came home. When I was actually released, my mom, she was like, don't come home. You don't live here anymore. Like I told you, I'm Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, forget you even live here. But I had nowhere to go. So what I did was, I went home anyway. I got home like maybe 10 o'clock that night. I arrived, my mom was sleeping. She was laying on the couch. The TV was watching her because she was asleep. And the couch she was laying on is real low. So I had to kneel down. So what I did was, you know, I kneeled down, I woke her up. When she saw me, she just hugged me, she kissed me. She said, we need to feed you, because you know, they didn't feed you good in there. Like, you're home, you're alive, you're good. And then, you know, with all that shame and with all of that guilt, the first thing, I just started crying. I put my head in her lap and I started telling her about, Mom, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna make it up to you. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna make it happen. And then she just listened to me. She was, you know, real quiet. And then when I calmed down and everything, she just looked at me. She grabbed my chin, looked me in my eyes and said, I have done, and all the people that love you have done all that they can do for you. It's up to you now. But I do believe that you're ready. So when she said that, everything clicked. Everything made sense. You know, everything was silent. And you know, what she was basically saying to me was, she was saying, Waynne, you have to Be your own hero. No one's gonna save you. There isn't gonna be a situation that's gonna come save you. There isn't, you have to do it for yourself. So immediately, I was like, this is my second chance, and I'm gonna take advantage of it. I immediately, hold on for a second, guys. Are y'all following me? Are we good? Y'all following me? All right, because I'm a little nervous. Y'all see me drinking the water? Y'all see my hand shaking? So what happened was, she got down, after she told me all of this, she got down on her knees, she grabbed me close, and she said a prayer to me. Do you all want to hear it? Can I say it to you all? Okay, I'm gonna read it for you guys right now, because I couldn't memorize this. She said, hold on. She said, God, she asked God to protect me with his armor of love. She allowed him sight to see things for what they truly are. Guide him with his faith. Give him the strength to fight off and yet forgive his enemies. Practice the gift of giving. Welcome compassion and empathy and the patience to love unconditionally. You know, so in so many ways, she was, like I said, telling me to be my own hero, but she was also preparing me for war. So I looked at this as my second chance, and I was like, I'm gonna make the best of this. I immediately started figuring out what my superpowers were. And I knew that hip hop was how I was gonna use them. So I started grinding, I started going harder than I've ever gone before in my life. I was just tunnel vision, I was just focused. Along that journey, I had the opportunity to sit in the studio with Dr. Dre. Now, everybody's from straight out of Compton, right? Everybody's from straight out of Compton? Remember the scene when Eazy-E was first in the studio and it was the first time he ever recorded? And he was, they was making fun of him and it was like whatever. Well, before the movie, Dre told me that actual story. And he told me, he was like, if you want to be the best producer, you got to be able to pull the best out of the people that you're with. He told me, you are the producer, you're the one that's in control. This is your record, it's your responsibility at the end of the day. And the best records come when you're pulling from your real life experiences, when you are appreciative of the people that are around you that's supporting you. And I just left with that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take all this information, I'm gonna take all of this advice, I'm gonna even duplicate how he even did what he did, because that's the only resources that we had at the time. So ironically, we heard that 50 Cent just got out of jail. He was looking for music, and we just got him as much as possible. He recorded a bunch of records, and out of those records came 21 Questions. He didn't even have his record deal yet. He invited us over to the studio, and he said, hey guys, this record is gonna change my life, so it's gonna change your life. What I want you guys to do is don't sell it. Hold this record, because this is gonna be one of the biggest records ever. We were looking at this guy, mind you, he just got out the hospital, he got a hole in his cheek, nobody's messing with this guy. We're like, all right, whatever. But he believed in himself so much, how could we not believe in him? Next thing you know, the streets was on fire. He was the biggest guy in the streets. Next thing you know, he did his record deal with Dre and everyone. And ironically, Dre didn't want 21 Questions on the album. But 50 believed in that record. We held that record for what, a year or two, Matt? We held that song for 2 years because we believed in him. Everybody wanted to buy that song. But we was like, nah, this is the right thing to do because he believes in us. We gotta believe in him. And we understood that grind. And most important of all, remember 50 Cent, this was his second chance too. He had a rap career before this. So we were like, let's go for it. Next thing you know, he did the deal, he's on fire. In the club is everywhere, but 21 Questions crossed over and made it the biggest record of the year. We sold 10 million records that year. No rapper has sold 10 million records like that before. We just stuck with our guts, and we just stuck with the people that believed in us. believed in us, our family, our friends, our loved ones. And you know what? It changed our lives. It opened up tons of opportunities. We made incredible friends. And we took that same blueprint and we duplicated it multiple times. We did it with Justin Bieber. Before he was who he was just a white kid out of Canada that played the guitar and big on YouTube. We believed in him the same exact way. Fantasia, she came off of American Idol. Her record didn't do that well. We gave her a hit record. But the one that made the most sense to us, that was the most rewarding, is working with Frank Ocean. We developed that from the ground up. We worked together. We built our careers together. And to watch it go from a mixtape to us winning Grammy Awards, there's nothing more rewarding. So in closing, what I would like to tell you all is that in the beginning, people used to say to me, they used to be like, hey, is your name really Bruce Waynne? And I used to feel a little funny because Bruce Waynne, it felt like a comic book character. It felt like a gimmick. It didn't feel like anything real. But after that award, I decided to own that name. Because if you know the story of Bruce Waynne, he was a little kid, his parents passed away, they died right in front of him. Something was born inside of him to make him want to make a change, and he did it the best way he could with his resources. I see my life as the same exact parallel. I see your lives exactly as the same exact parallel. So what I want to tell you, I believe that everybody in here, every educator, every young youth, you all are Bruce Waynes. When I was growing up, my teachers were Bruce Waynes. My basketball coach was Bruce Waynne. My mother continues to be my Bruce Waynne because she's committed to literally giving herself of me to be a better person. And everybody here is doing the same exact thing. So, everybody, we all are Bruce Waynes. Have a good night.